Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to Mzansi Popular Rides. So today I'm here with the Haval Jolion. What are we going to do today? Well, quite simply put, we are here to bust the myths. That's what we're here to do. So Haval says that this vehicle will average 8 liters to the 100, and I want to see if that is going to be the case, or even if we can be able to achieve a little bit lower, then that's fine. So I'm going to take the car for a drive. It's going to be a 50-kilometer round trip. So basically from where I am right now to Cresta and then back, it's going to be around about plus minus 50 Ks, and we want to see how it performs in its own right and also in comparison to the Haval H6 that we tested the other time, the two-wheel drive version. So what do we have? We have 1.5 liter turbo in this vehicle, and that's just about it. So this is the entry-level premium, by the way, so there's not that much features in terms of lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring. You're not going to find that, and I see it only has 2 airbags in this version, so bear that in mind whenever you purchase the premium. But yeah, we're not here for that today. We're just simply here to test drive the vehicle and see how it performs in terms of fuel. So yeah, sit back, relax, and let's do the drive together. And we are off. Oh, and just for comparison's sake, we might need to reset the trip computer again. Although I just did that now, I'm just doing it to make sure 100% that we are fine. Let me also just quickly reset the second one. Okay. There we go. Trip fuel A. That's the one we're going to be focusing on. So average fuel A is the one we're going to focus on. And let's do the drive. Whatever mode the vehicle is in, I'm just simply going to drive it in that mode. I didn't get enough time to spend with the vehicle to see what features it has, so I'm just simply doing a fuel consumption run, and we do it the way it is. So yeah, let's bust the myths and see what this vehicle is all about. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't yet watched my Haval H6 video, once again, please try and go and watch it so that you can see that we're doing exactly the same type of comparison. We started here with this heel, and I know it will definitely have an impact on fuel consumption because it always does with my own car. So yeah, but we stick to the speed limits once again. Normal driving. If you're in the market for driving fuel efficiently and you want to achieve a good fuel average, you have to drive right. So let's see how the vehicle does. I'm not going to be talking much from here onwards, but if I do, well, just enjoy whatever it is that I'll be saying, because I can see immediately that there's not really that much features in this one, but it's a nice car either way. So far we're averaging 16.1 liters per 100. Let's see how we're gonna do getting that one down. This is gonna be an interesting one, huh? I must say, it definitely will be very interesting. Already and immediately you can see there's traffic on the road. As I stated, it's around traffic times, so yeah, the fuel consumption will be impacted a bit, but let's see by how much. Oh, and secondly, we also have load shedding, which is another factor to consider. So yeah, at present we're still averaging 14.1 liters per 100. Still quite a lot, but yeah, as I said, let's see how it goes. We are currently averaging 12.3 liters per 100. So let's see how the vehicle performs. It is traffic times, as I've mentioned, so the journey might even take slightly longer than the first one, and depending on whether or not there are accidents, it might take even longer than normal. So yeah, let's see how the vehicle does though. in all respects. Currently averaging 8.6 liters per 100. We are having a bit of a downhill here, so let's see how the vehicle does overall. So then what are my initial impressions? Well, firstly, I must say that the vehicle feels a lot bigger than what it looks from outside. It also feels heavy, so I'm not surprised if some guys are getting bad fuel consumption, but how bad is it? That's what we're gonna find out. At present, I'm doing 7 liters per 100 kilometers. So let's see. If I put it into perspective, I think the most important thing when it comes to fuel consumption is that if you want to drive fuel efficiently to save fuel, then you drive conservatively. I'm doing 120, but which is a reasonable speed, and I must say that the vehicle doesn't feel like it's going too fast. It's well composed. It's really proper. 6.8 liters per 100 at present. So yeah, let's go. Mzansi Popular Rides. That's what we do. We bust the myths. We want to find out what's the reality about all these things out here. And by the way, if you haven't yet done so, don't forget to like, subscribe, and to hit the bell icon. And truth be told, even if you don't like, just kindly subscribe. It helps a lot in getting cars like this as test cars, even if it's just for an hour or two. For us, it's something precious. And Mzansi Popular Rides is still a one-man show, being me, myself, and I. So yeah, now we're going uphill. I can see the fuel consumption is also increasing, and the vehicle changes down when it feels like it lacks a bit of power. So 7.7. So let's see. What I like about all Haval models is that they have this shift pedals. I don't know about the hybrid H6, but they have the shift pedals, which makes it a bit exciting. I mean, it might look gimmicky, but you've got a DCT transmission, so it's able to work quite well with such features. Again, guys, I'm not trying to be fuel efficient. I'm doing my best to drive the car as I would on a normal day-to-day basis. 6.5 liters per 100 as we come into Cresta. Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. So it's already doing better than the H6 two-wheel drive. So I guess it's a matter of how you drive it. There we go. Cresta it is. So I think whenever I have to do a fuel consumption test, I'm gonna use the same route all the time, being this Cresta route, so that we can have a fair comparison of the vehicles that we are actually testing for fuel consumption purposes. That it allows us to see what it is that the vehicles are doing differently and why. So yeah. So basically what I'm trying to achieve here is give us a realistic view of what the vehicle can do if you do it the right way, and what it can do if you do it the wrong way. But I'll mostly look at what it can do if you do it the right way. Basically, what's so important about that is that it will enable you as the buyer to make an informed decision as to whether or not you're gonna buy for example the Haval Jolion or go for the Haval H6, depending on what your preference is. Again, I had never driven this vehicle before. It's my first time driving it, and I must say it feels no different to the H6, apart from the fact that you know that it's smaller, but it doesn't feel small, honestly. Got ample amounts of space, as you can see. Also your rear passengers have enough space, and the seats are really comfortable. I think I like the cloth seats in this application, although the the leather seats would also be nice. They are comfortable in any case, so yeah. But I wouldn't feel bad driving my Haval Jolion with its cloth seats if I am forced to or have to because of budget. I wouldn't mind. So as we did with the other video, we went straight in here, so that's exactly what we'll do again. Again, I'm giving you a real fuel consumption test, and so that we can be able to compare. Welcome to Cresta Mall. So there's your Cresta Mall there. We're not gonna go into it, we're just gonna go around it as we did, and that's what it's all about. The DCT gearbox really works nice here, eh? Really works good. 6.8 liters per 100 already. .8 liters per 100. So this is what life has to offer us today. Well, they normally say that if life gives you lemons, make some lemonade. And that's exactly what we'll do today. We're gonna make some lemonade and drink it. Yeah. You see, I don't mind traffic, but if there's one thing that I hate on the road is not things like that, but that's one of them. If there's one thing I hate on the road as a driver, it's the fact that you've got truck drivers who have trucks that seem to be not as roadworthy, and whenever there's a downhill, the brakes of the trucks don't seem to work. Whenever it rains, the wheels fail them, or whatever the case may be. And it's been going on so long in South Africa that many people are dying, and it's so sad that nobody really is saying something about it until it happens to one of the big guys, one of the politicians. Then it will matter. For now, it's okay, you know. People can keep on losing their lives, it doesn't matter as long as it's not one of their own. And that's the sad thing about life. We must start caring about one another just because we are human beings, rather than caring about one another just because we are relatives. At the end of the day, we are all related, whether we like it or not. And the best thing to say about that is that if something affects one person, it should be a problem for all of us, and we should try to find a means or a way to sort it out. That's my take when it comes to that. What do you guys think? Other than that, our fuel consumption is still at 7 liters, 7.1 liters per 100 k's now, given the fact that we're in this traffic situation. If you hear any form of sniffing, please forgive me for that. I've got a bit of a cold, so yeah, I'm just grateful it's not disturbing me right now. .4 liters per 100 after that traffic. So the traffic has impacted our consumption, but not by much. We're still under the 8 liters per 100 claimed fuel consumption, in my opinion. So I mean, factually, basically. So, and you've seen the conditions yourself, that they're not really as ideal as those of the H6. So technically and honestly speaking, this vehicle can achieve a way much more better fuel consumption rating in a good or on a good day without a lot of traffic like that. There we go, back to our 120 speed limit, and let's see what the vehicle does. So we're driving now on the other side of the highway that we used to come this side. So if it was up, going down. If it was down, we're going up. So yeah, let's see what the vehicle does. Still averaging 7.3. Look, here's my take. If you come right now with your Mercedes-Benz, your expensive Mercedes-Benz, and you're only able to option it out with, say, panoramic sunroof just because you can't afford, and you were not able to spec it up with things like your lane keep assist and all that stuff. I promise you, when I start showing off my well-spec car to you, and I tell you how much I've paid for it, you are gonna cry, because it won't matter anymore that you're driving a Mercedes. What will matter more is the fact that I am getting more value for my money than you actually are. Fuel consumption at present, 7.1 liters per 100. Almost close to what the urban cruiser does in terms of its claimed fuel average. So Toyota claims that an urban cruiser can do 6.2 liters per 100. So 6.7, not bad, not bad. Of course, by the time we get to the house, or rather by the time we get to the dealership, it's gonna be a little bit higher given the scenarios that we're driving at as it stands. For those of you who wanted to see what it's like in overtaking power, there it is. Oh, and it holds the gears a bit, so that's great. Look at that, I affected the fuel consumption. We went all the way up to 6.9 liters. So the secret to fuel economic driving in the Haval Jolion is very simple. You just need to make sure that as you drive the vehicle, you ensure that you are light-footed, not so heavy-footed, light-footed, because it still gives you enough power in any case as a 1.5 turbo engine. I'll put the stats in relation to the power on the screen so that you see how much power the vehicle has, and besides that, I'll still talk about it at the beginning in any case. So yeah, 6.9 liters per 100. It's going back home now. I'm taking it back to the dealership, and I must say I really enjoyed that drive. If you have money and you want yourself a compact vehicle, get yourself Haval Jolion. Yep, I said it. Just kidding, guys. I'm not here to advertise vehicles in any case. So, oops, and then they closed the gate. Flip. Okay, so it would have been 6.9 liters. Unfortunately, they closed the gate to where I'm supposed to be going, and I have to do a drive around the time. So yeah, it's on auto hold at the moment. And once the robot turns green, I just press on the accelerator and then it releases it. There we go. So simply put, the purpose of that is just to make sure that the vehicle doesn't roll back into any traffic that's behind it on a step hill or steep hill. The right word is steep hill. On a steep hill, the vehicle will be able to hold itself. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, welcome guys to Wood Meet Haval Fury. If you're in the market for a Haval, any Haval at that matter, this is the place you want to check. As you can see, they've got a lot of stock at the moment, and there's the Haval H6 hybrid. So yeah, be sure to check them out. Be sure to check them out. You will not regret it. All right. I think that'll be fine. Yeah, and that's a wrap, guys. So as we stand right now, the vehicle achieves 7 liters per 100 kilometers, which is very good. I incorporated all mistakes. There's one point where I put it on manual drive. I took that into account, or just went to 7.1 liters per 100 now. And I also tried to come in using the other way because I wanted to avoid traffic, and it ended up seeming as if though the gate was locked to allow me through. So yeah, for what it's worth, enjoy the review, and I hope you'll be able to make informed decisions. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much for getting to the end of the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and to hit the bell icon. Your support really means a lot to us. It helps the channel in growing and also in being able to get cars like this for testing. Thanks a lot, guys. Until next time. A rumor has it that there's a Haval Jolion hybrid coming soon. Can't wait for that. However, for now, I'll be doing a fuel consumption run on the Haval H6 hybrid. Oh, and if you're curious about any Haval model, be sure to visit Haval Fury in Woodmeet. Test drives are free. You don't even have to have the intention to buy to test drive a vehicle. Just go there and test drive the vehicle and see the light